What's up, everybody? My name is Sploosh, and I have not done a commentary in a very long time. So, I don't even know how to introduce this video. I'm playing Zeratul in a game called Heroes of the Storm. I was introduced into the alpha, and even though I have kind of no idea why, I'm very excited about it. So, here I am playing Zeratul. He's an assassin, if you don't know. He does a lot of damage. He is very weak, very frail. And the reason I picked this game is not because I played super amazing or anything, but because the opponent is SUNSfan, which is famous for a video series called Dota Fails of the Week. And actually you can see him right there, he's playing the dwarf. And I don't really have like an overall super purpose to this video, other than there is something to be said about my damage at the end of the game that I wonder if is a bug or not. I kind of want to introduce the game and maybe talk about it a little bit, and I don't know, just have a little fun doing this, I guess. Why does there always have to be some super big reason? I am enjoying this game. It is, look at this, Arthas is really bad in this game. If you're a developer and watching, I think Arthas needs some help. In fact, I think all the tanks suck in this game. The tanks are called soldiers. Their concept is to have low damage, high health, and a lot of control or disable. So the idea would be that you'd have like a tank. He would kind of try to draw away perhaps like a support type characters and maybe distract assassins and then disable the opponent's assassins so your assassins can kill their assassins. That would be generally the idea behind like a tank character. I don't feel like it really works that well in this game, but maybe that's just me. I've pretty much played almost every character in the game now, so I have pretty strong feelings about them all. I think Zeratul is very strong. It's debatable. He can get, his damage can get pretty insane at high levels, but he also dies super fast at high levels. I don't think I'm gonna spend much time talking about the gameplay as far as how the game works. I think if you're interested in how this game works, there's a lot of live streams on twitch.tv. I live stream here and there as well, so you could check that out. I almost have I generally have about 10 or less viewers, so if you want to chat with me and get kind of like one-on-one questions, I'm more than happy to answer the questions, and it keeps me entertained as well. When you live stream, in my opinion, it's only really rewarding if people are talking to you and you're kind of having like a conversation. I hate that feeling of talking to myself, and pretty cool. Do you see how like when you're going in the mine you can see what's going on in the distance? So I blink to kill SUNSfan, and then this guy jumps on me and I'm feeling fine that I can kill him. And also, if I had hesitated and decided to run away, I probably would have died and he may have just got away. So I just sort of manned up. I haven't talked, one thing I will mention though, I'm going to try to anyway, is the talents that I've selected on this hero, because I do want this to be, maybe this video, a little bit of a conversation piece about the talent selection. The first talent I picked, I don't remember the name, but it gives me like +2 attack for every level I gain, which just makes sense on a character that wants to do damage. I don't see the point in trying to get survivability on this character, since he has basically none, so 10% of nothing is still nothing. So then the second one I picked is a Vampiric, who heals me 15% of the damage I do. So even though it might sound kind of hypocritical for me to go for health on a squishy character, it's still good to have like life gain on any kind of DPS character, because you can, it adds to your survivability, it allows you to neutrals, and it allows you to sort of top off without going back to base. You know, you can heal basically attacking things, and once you get really powerful, you're doing a lot of attacking. Now, so in this mine we're collecting skulls, and the objective, which I've actually never tried before, which was kind of interesting, is we skipped the boss and basically just cleared everything else. And as you can see, we have on the top there 64 skulls to the 11. So I would argue the strategy kind of worked, because we'll leave the boss to them and then we'll just go and like get out and do some things more useful. Kind of lucky there. I didn't really do that on purpose to come out and help kill someone, but worked out. So let's see. One of the big things you want to know to do with Zeratul is you always want to walk up, auto attack, then use your spin ability to maximize damage. The only real kind of skill shot with this character is he has like the spear that you shoot at things. You might see the little line, and you have to kind of aim it. And it's a snare effect for only a few seconds. One thing that's interesting about this game is, on paper, a lot of the disables seem like really bad. Like the average stun is roughly 1.25 seconds, which is very minimal, but combat is pretty fast. People like to say that this game's really slow, and I think that's because of how your character appears to move very slowly, but damage is, if you're playing an assassin, damage is very high. If you're playing a soldier slash tank, it's very low. So I could see where it's a sort of a perspective thing. The golem there is what we created. Our golem's pretty strong. This isn't really a bad situation for me because I'm squishy and there's a big wall there, so I can't really get through. You see, I'm at like half health and I basically accomplished nothing. I'm kind of waiting for my moment to go in. If I get too aggressive, I'll just melt. It's just really that simple. My teammates don't seem to be really in danger, so I don't feel any pressure to like just get in on things. But yeah, really things aren't working. I guess we're distracting them off the golem, which is fine. And honestly, I kind of just don't know why my team didn't run away. Because now they're all gonna just like die, and all I can do is run and accomplish nothing. My ultimate choice, I go with Shadow Assault, which is like that other Zeratul used. It basically lets you teleport every attack and gives you massive lifesteal and attack speed, which is pretty amazing. It's, I don't know, the alternative ability is kind of a team fight, sort of disable a whole team. Well, it makes a bubble, and anytime someone goes in the bubble, they can't move for 4 seconds and they can't die for 4 seconds, which is interesting. In a team fight, you could theoretically isolate like 2 or 3 of their teammates and then kill the other guys. In practice, though, the ability to blink on every auto attack against, it's basically a move used to kill other assassins, and there's some assassins that just can't even do anything about it. And also, it's a kind of move that if you do it right, you can basically kill people before they even really realize they're dying. So it's pretty damn amazing. I think I die here. Yeah, see, basically he just did, that Zeratul just killed me by doing exactly what I described. He basically jumps on you and kills you faster than you can respond, which is a valid strategy. And I don't learn my lesson until the end here. And this is a tough game. It's not pretty. My first game ever playing Zeratul, I went 21-2, and that was my first game ever playing this game. That's how. I mean, I have experience playing other games, but that's just how this character can be. It can be ridiculous, and against newbies or not great players, you can really overwhelm someone with. Zeratul has he's invisible running around, so you can just take advantage of people. However, in theory, I think if there was 2 amazing players or 2 amazing teams going at each other, I think Zeratul wouldn't be as good or even good at all. I'll go for Giant Killer there, which gives me more damage against people. It's like you do 1.25% of an opponent's health to them every attack, which I guess could add up pretty high. I am not going to do the math on that though. Let's just say it's good. It's meant to kill tanks. Now, at this point, I'm hitting pretty hard. Like 336 damage per hit. Seems pretty good. See, this is bad. And I go for a really bad choice. Tassadar is kind of like unkillable with team help, and at this stage in the game. And I'd like to say I was helpful here, but I mean, Tassadar just runs away, and this guy just runs away, so really accomplished nothing. Their team was frustrating because the dwarf is kind of hard to kill. Tassadar is hard to kill. Zeratul is really their only killable guy. The ETC guy is a tank. He's hard to kill. The Witch Doctor is easy to kill, but also can unleash like ridiculous damage instantaneously. So, wasn't like anything. Basically, if we killed Witch Doctor or we killed Zeratul, then all of a sudden we were winning. But that had to happen, which is easier said than done. So this guy, I speared him. I don't have my ultimate, but I think I'm gonna get him. Yeah. I think. Oh, come on. No. That was genius. He just managed. Oh, jeez. I die. Yeah. That could have been a death for me. So he might have. You could argue he might have like baited or something, but I don't know. Probably could have handled that better. I've actually played Witch Doctor for the first time yesterday, and he's interesting. There's like this whole subclass called Specialist in the game that is unlike any of other MOBA I've ever played, where when they say Specialist, it's no joke. Like they just you literally can't explain them easily. Like, you know, you could say Assassin does the damage, Tank does the control and soaks up damage, and Support sort of keeps everyone alive in theory, and like also crowd controls. I mean, that's basically the easiest way, right? But when you take Specialist, it's like you don't even know if your Specialist is overpowered or not. It's because it's hard to even comprehend what you're doing and how you're influencing the game. For example, Witch Doctor can unload like crazy damage, which you would kind of think of like an assassin, but it doesn't really scale, and he's more of like an early game pusher and / distraction, and a little bit of a liability late game to assassin. So you could almost argue a lot of the, well, I shouldn't say a lot, but at least the supports I've played fit a role of kind of like a DPS caster early game and a little bit of a pusher late game, which can farm decently. The reason I say this is a bad fight. So I get wicked greedy. I want to kill Mr. here. Man, see, at the time I didn't notice, but the gate is down on the left. I should have blinked left. And I pay for it here. I don't even know if I would have lived anyway, but oh man, the team fights in this were really frustrating, and I feel like my team was playing really well overall. Like, and what I mean by that is, like, if you're playing a solo queue, your expectations can't be too high in this game. You know, you basically hope that people don't just suck, and you hope that your team gets enough skulls to be competitive, and you hope that your team gets the neutrals aggressively, or at least consistently at some point. So they do that pretty well. Like they do that pretty well. We get a lot of the neutrals. We've pretty much won every skull fight, and our levels are even, so I can't complain. Everything's been going pretty well. But anyway, I was talking about the what is it called? The Specialist. and I have the Sergeant Hammer, which is a siege tank and is also a specialist. And like I'll just say right now, I think the Witch Doctor is pretty well balanced and has some pretty neat mechanics, like being able to make your zombie wall into a group of attacking zombies is pretty slick. But like with I missed with Sergeant Hammer. I'll have to show a video of that, but Sergeant Hammer is super weird. Like has this crazy attack range, but is really squishy, and I die. So we've lost 3 team fights in a row. And at this point, it's easy to believe that we're going to lose this game. You see the guy just said really poor team fight. And it is. Their team... I actually have a theory because, like... Okay, Tassadar there. I think he might be technically a specialist, but he's sort of a support. He's hard to kill. His damage early game is very competitive, and... he disables with like pretty much everything he does, and he has a wall which can block you in. But late game, he's actually not that great. So for a while, I thought he was overpowered. I tried him a few games. At this point, I hadn't tried him very much, but I tried him for a few games after, and I realized that he is early game. He could almost be an assassin, like a disabling assassin, but then late game, he tapers off a bit and just becomes more of a pure support and a control character, which is fine by me. But I think actually the reason we win this game, and spoiler alert, we win the game, is because their characters right now are really good, but slowly they're not so good. And also, I didn't play League of Legends a lot, but unlike Dota, in League of Legends I found the winning team was always the team whose assassin could kill the other assassin. It's pretty much how the game worked. It just... the tanks were like super unkillable, casters would do their thing, and then basically it would all come down to what the assassins did. If the assassins could kill the other assassin, you won. I feel like this game is insanely like that. In fact, this game's even more dramatic because I've actually played against 4 assassins on one team, and we had 2 tanks, and it didn't. This is interesting. I'm kind of hiding here. Now this wouldn't have worked very well for me. I probably would have died. But because they all run off chasing my teammate, I have an opening here. Now you're going to see my ultimate shine right here. I jump in, hit him, immediately do the spin, then spear him. I'm doing all those between attacks, so I just unloaded my DPS. Then I came in and stole these skulls, which, I don't know, I think I got about 20-ish there, just fine. I'm not out of the water yet, though. I'm being chased. He's being knocked out of stealth. I'm still in stealth, so I can run through these camps. Also, I took a talent which gives me 10%, I believe, movement speed while I'm stealth, and then adds like something like 20% attack speed when you come out of stealth for like 2 seconds, which is pretty slick. It's the only talent that I'm not super excited about when I get it, but the other options just aren't that great in my opinion. And now I just want to get skulls to... we're going to lose the skull fight, I believe, but at least kind of keep us even. And wow, look at my damage now. I'm hitting for 460 now per hit. I kind of wish I was paying more attention to what I was scaling up. Let's see, I'm level 20. I think there's maybe one more. Yeah, I've been doing a terrible job explaining the talents. Problem is I play this character a lot. It's my first unlock. So I don't really think about when I'm going to skill up anymore, so I click it so fast even while talking I'm missing it. But anyway, I got to do a video of Sergeant Hammer because I really want opinions on if that character's overpowered or not. I would say that... yeah, so I already missed it. I already put points into Assassinate, I believe is the word. And I think Assassinate is why I'm doing so much damage. It's 50% more damage to things that are stunned or slowed. But the funny thing is I'm not stunning or slowing anybody. At least not all the time. I mean, I am sometimes.
Your golem certainly shows that.
Well, I think this might be... No. No. Oh. Might be nearing the end of the game. Yeah. Okay. So basically, haven't figured out if specialists are overpowered or not. Though I will say Sergeant Hammer can do some really unfair things, especially with the napalm bomb. And I would say assassins are insane. The thing is, even though it's like one of those things where you hate to complain without actually like having good suggestions, but I just think that something needs to be done with tanks to be more relevant in the game. It's like, I don't know, somehow they need to make them less squishy without making them overpowered. I kind of wish they had more damage, but I think giving them more damage might not really be the solution. Yeah, look at that. See those 506, 506? Does that because the hammer guy has some ability that slows things? I don't know. But, jeez, look at the damage. It almost looks like a... I don't know. The damage is so high. And it's like, I don't even know what I did. It just all of a sudden got crazy. And it's like a weird color, which goes to show that it probably... Oh, God. Alright, so here's just one more horrible team fight. And the reason is because they're just as a group together. So I just let him die. There's no point. And currently, 2 of my teammates are dead. It was 3 for a second. And I just go back to base. And basically, I'm going to show you, this is where it's like League of Legends going on right now. Basically, wow, my teammate came back super fast. So he must have had a talent or something to do that, which is awesome. But they have 1 assassin. We have 2 assassins. If we kill their assassin, we win. And we haven't been like all game. Tassadar's been sort of pretending to be an assassin all this time, but he's sort of tapering because we're all like high level. But here we go. I jump on him. I'm hitting for like 506 right now, which seems really high. And now their assassin's dead. It's just a bunch of dudes who can't kill things. A lot of crowd control, no damage. Yeah, and Tassadar, it was a lot of damage, but like I said, now we're all level 22. It's just not as significant anymore. Look, see, Tassadar, so unkillable, but it doesn't matter. That's the thing about Tassadar, like, look at 527 now I'm hitting for. What the hell? I think it's the assassinate ability, but I'm not snaring those things, and no one was around me. So I wonder if it's bugged. Somebody needs to test that. I may try at some point. It's hard because you want to do so many things in this game. Now this game's pretty much over. You're just going to see me like kind of space out because I want to go help. And I just run past this base, which for some reason doesn't shoot at me. And I should have blinked through that gate, but I'm like, no, I'll just go around. Then I'm like, oh, I can just jump through here, but apparently you can't. So I fail blink, and the game ends anyway. So anyway, I hope you guys had fun. I was completely rambling, but it's my first video like this in a while, and you know, what else is there to say? And this thing bugs. My soldier daily thing is broken. It won't let me finish it, and because, like I just said, I've been ripping apart soldiers. I played Diablo, Tyrael, Muradin, and ETC, and I'm going to tell you right now, every time I play them, my team pretty much loses, even though I think I'm playing pretty well. And if I play a lot of other characters, I almost always win. So I'm just saying, I'm not a fan of soldiers right now in this game. There's just not enough. They don't have enough impact. They're fine if you have 1 on your team because the control is worth it. But anything more in it, you taper. Where with assassins, I don't find that problem. You are squishy and all that, but the damage is so insane, and if you catch people off guard, a lot of this map is roaming around. It's not like Dota where you sit in lane all the time and then you do a bunch of team fights. It just doesn't work that way. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.